To our top story this morning, and Qantas has posted a $1.39 billion underlying profit for the half year and is expected to pay its first dividend in 5 years. I'm joined now by our business editor, Ross Greenwood, who joins me from Sydney. Ross, good morning to you. I mean, the company has had a massive half year. Talk us through the profits.
Look, it has had a big half year, Holly, and the reality is that generally the first half of the year is better for Qantas than the second half of the year. But if we have a look at this, it really has been quite stellar. The underlying profit just under $1.4 billion, but the revenue there you can see up by 9%, $12.1 billion. That's just not more people travelling, but it's also the fact that really fares have increased over a period of time. So in other words, it's been a very strong period. The important aspect that you say is the recovery from COVID now is pretty much complete for Qantas. It probably had been for some time, but there was one piece of that puzzle missing, and that was payments to shareholders. And so you can see there that there are two dividends going to those shareholders. One is the interim dividend, but then on top of that, a special dividend, a one-off dividend, which is almost 10 cents a share, which again goes to some way of repaying. Now, previously what Qantas had done was buying back its own shares. In other words, it needed that excess capital. It just bought its own shares, and that continued to prop up its share price. But now those shareholders get a genuine dividend which comes to them. There's another aspect of this also, and that is that Qantas is going to start to invest in significant numbers of new aircraft. For a long time, Qantas's fleet has been ageing. This has been part of the reason that Qantas profits in the past had been held up, and that was largely I had not invested in new fleet. Well, now there are another 42 new 737s that will be coming on top of it. But there's quite clearly significant competition that's coming. Oil prices are coming down. Generally, when oil prices come down, airlines do even better. And so the question is how you balance up that competition versus the better times that are likely to come, the better profits that will come to Qantas as a result of those lower fuel prices.
Yeah, major news this morning, but also this morning the Treasurer has given the green light to Qatar Airways tie-up with Virgin. How do you think Qantas is going to respond to this?
Well, it's going to be interesting because I'll speak with the Chief Executive, Vanessa Hudson, in a few hours' time and certainly put that to her. But do remember that Qatar was a partner of Qantas previously. It got out of that partnership and has now joined up with Virgin. Now, that had to go before the Competition Authority, the ACCC, which has given its clearance to that arrangement on the basis that it really doesn't affect domestic travel or domestic competition. If anything, it actually increases competition for people who are travelling overseas. So that's the reason why it was green-lighted by the ACCC and now by the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers. He'll give a press conference in a little while as well and probably explain his reasons for allowing this to go ahead. But what it means is that Qatar will own 25% of Virgin. Virgin, of course, previously had been backed before it went broke the first time around by a number of major international airlines. Now Qatar has come back on board. It may be another step towards Virgin actually going back onto the ASX. It's tried several times but failed on each occasion.
Massive news this morning, Ross. Thank you. We'll see you soon.